But Gundam style, everyone.
Your voice, like, cut out. I think you went a little too quiet there. I heard, like, just the hard points of the syllable.
Oh, but Gundam style, everyone.
There you go.
How's
That's
that?
better. That's good.
Okay. Are you going to keep both of them in?
I mean, I wasn't going to originally, but I think I will now that we've talked about it. It'd be like that.
I fucked up. I'm so sorry.
You played yourself.
I played myself. I couldn't help but ask. I couldn't help but wonder that if this was a new episode of Wow, Cool Robot.
It's Gundam time, baby.
It do be Gundam time. We do be in space.
Thank God. Earth is fine, but I want to be, like, I don't want to be in space IRL, but I want the robot to be in space because you get some pretty sick space battles when the robot in space.
Also, like, I have no plans on going into space because that's bougie shit. So I want to imagine. I want fantasy stuff.
It's an idealized view of space travel.
Maybe not, because I'd rather war not be happening while I'm space traveling.
Yeah, I guess more the convenience of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Where you can just have a bunch of, like, 5-year-olds in a weird military craft just, like, launch into space with no problem whatsoever. I feel like this, like, I know they've been on Earth for a long time, but I feel like even when they were in space in the beginning of the show, they didn't really show the effect of the lack of gravity inside the ships. But these episodes, they started to do that. Not for everyone. It's like the gravity is very selective, but we actually do see, like, 0G stuff in here. And I genuinely don't think we did when they were in space in the beginning of the show.
No, I don't think they did either, but I also don't remember. But also some of the 0G stuff is because like they're closer to a planet than they were. So that, like, messes with stuff, with, like, Sayla being, like, pulled in, and then, like, Amuro's whole thing, like, well, it's because he was connected to a ship that was faster,
Mm-hmm. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, because we're going to be discussing this week is Mobile Suit Gundam, aka Gundam 0079, episodes 31 through 33. These were all right.
Yeah.
They weren't as good as last week's batch, but last week's batch was just like, the cream of the crop. So this is like, it's good,
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's hard to top that, right? But, like, to trade off for them maybe not being as, like, we got more space stuff. And we still got a little bit of, like, drama, and I do love to see it.
We got some weird... This is just, like, these episodes are just, like, family drama hour. It's, like, it's family therapy time.
They all need therapy.
They all need therapy.
I have a feeling they never get therapy, because I feel like there's...
I'm probably gonna assume they won't.
Because I know some of them show up in later series, and I just have a feeling.
One thing you gotta know about mech shows, there's one way to solve your problems, and that's by getting killed in glorious combat.
Oh,
otherwise, you just have to live with the baggage for the rest of your life.
Oh no.
I mean, it's not like that in real life, thankfully. We have therapists, but if you're in a Gundam, then I'm sorry, you're just, quite frankly, SOL.
They just need a robot therapist.
Yeah, wow, cool therapist. So you want us to get into this first one, Morg?
Yes, the first one, episode 30, is called A Decoy in Space.
Episode 31.
No, it's 30.
It's 31.
What? You're right, it is 31. Oh, boy. I did that because I went 30, 32, 33. That's literally what my numbering was just now.
31's an unlucky number in space, so it's understandable that you skipped it.
Okay, 31, A Decoy in Space. I fucked this up.
So White Base is peacing out from Jaburo. The commander dude for the Federation is like, all right, TNM fleet's going to leave at 1900 hours. But you, my dear, beautiful White Base, I love you all so much, you're going to have to be the decoy. Sorry, but otherwise we're going to put you all in jail. So you're going to leave at 1700 hours. You're going to skip Luna 2. You're going to fly the other way around. And we're going to end up attacking Zeon's Solomon base.
Yeah. When they keep saying Tiananmen, I keep thinking they're saying
TNM.
Tiananmen.
Yeah.
Tiananmen. Yeah, sorry.
I keep on thinking it's...
They're like talking about Tiananmen Square.
Mm-hmm. I keep on thinking it's like Tiamat, like the dragon.
Oh, Tiananmen. Yeah.
I mean, that's just because I have Final Fantasy brain, so I see like the TIA, and I'm like, Tiamat. Yeah, of course. I don't need to read the rest of the word. I know it's not from Final Fantasy, but...
Yeah, I was like, wait, I know that from D&D, but yeah. Same thing.
And then like so this creepy ass Federation guy. He's like, oh, once we defeat Zeon, I can find you a husband, Mirai. Oh, wait a minute, you already have a fiance. Like, bro, you're like 100 years old. Why are you being a creep to this 18-year-old girl?
Leave her alone. Everyone
just leave her alone.
These episodes are everyone leave Mirai alone.
These episodes are like Mirai episodes, I think. This is the Mirai batch that we have this week.
It's good. It's good. But it's also frustrating.
I care her. But yeah, Bright is not really happy to hear that she has a fiancé, and he sort of storms off.
He's a baby. But it's okay. I understand.
We've all been there where the person that you have a crush on is engaged to a coward who lives in space. It's a universal experience, really.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, speaking of creeps, there's another creep. I mean, at least in this episode, I mean, he's still kind of a creep, but they have a new person for White Base. He joins White Base, Lieutenant Slegger.
Lieutenant J.G. Slager Law.
Yes, Slegger Law. They call him Slugger the whole time, though. And I keep wanting to say Slugger, so if I call him that, well, there you go.
Yeah, he doesn't have a very good first impression because he's like, I'm here to hit on women and slack off. And both of these things are here in ample quantities.
Yeah, he hits on Mirai immediately.
He's the kind of guy who comes like he comes on White Base with his Federation bag all packed, and he's wearing a shirt that says FBI female body inspector.
No,
this is the kind of guy to do that.
He totally would. I forgot about those shirts. Oh, I'm so glad for past me forgetting that existed for a while.
Well, as we know, Morgue fashion is cyclical, so I'm sure in 2030 when people are listening to this show for the resurgence, because Gundam's never going to out of style, they're going to be like, hey, these shirts aren't lame, everyone wears them.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm calling my shot like Babe Ruth.
I hope if you wear them, you have to be gay. I'm sorry.
Well, it's the future, so everyone will be.
True. This
is the future that liberals want.
Yes. The leftists are at it again. So, did Lieutenant Slager call Amuro his little buddy?
He's like, I don't think condescending is the word I would use for it, but no. he's like, he sort of like talks down at people. He like talks them in a sort of babyish way, like giving people sort of pet names. He's just like a dude who like shows up and thinks he's, the hottest slab of meat in town. So he's just like,
He just looks like a goof. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like his face is kind of goofy.
He looks like he plays lacrosse.
Man, okay, what is it with all these people and because I don't know why, but recently I was listening to a podcast where someone was like, oh, lacrosse is for like rich people or something, and I'm like, no.
Yes, it is.
That's not how it started.
It's not how it started, but you gotta understand, Morg. I went to private Catholic school, and we had a pretty fancy lacrosse team. So unfortunately, it was with a heavy heart I informed you that lacrosse is now for rich people.
I went to a public school and they had lacrosse. Also, like, I don't know, whatever. Lacrosse has been appropriated to hell and back, I guess.
Yeah, true. Yeah, wasn't it like originally Native American
Yes,
sport?
it was originally Native American. I literally like went to the what is fucking, I always say the actual name wrong, but it's Iroquois. The Haudenosaunee like place, and they like near me, and they like had a cool like like history thing about it, and they also talked about how like one of the teams like made its way to some league thing, and this is so unimportant. I'm sorry. This is a lacrosse podcast now.
Yeah, tune in next week for our post episode segment where we talk about the history of lacrosse.
God damn it.
But anyway, so yeah, okay, I've decided he's not a lacrosse guy. He's a baseball guy. He looks like he just hangs out. He like chews sunflower seeds and just spits them wherever he wants.
True. And his name is Slugger, so Slugger.
Yeah,
there you go.
They're calling him Louisville Slager.
It's true. Also, my cat is gone.
Yeah, I heard. Gizmo has spoken.
He's like, get me out of here. I don't want to listen to you talk about Gundam.
Let me out. Let me out. But anyway, so yeah, White Base is taking off now. This is like my fifth note of the episode. We gotta pick up the pace a little bit.
Yes.
I just like talking about Slager. But yeah, White Base takes off. There's a whole flock of flamingos flying in the air.
Yeah,
it's a cute moment.
So nice.
Bright's like, if you look out your left of the plane, you can see a flock of flamingos. You are allowed to take pictures.
I love flight attendant, or I guess, yeah, flight attendant Bright and Captain Mirai.
Yeah. It's a cute little moment. Everyone's like, "Aw, pretty birds."
Yeah, I don't think they've ever seen flamingo before.
Well, black, white, green, or blue. Show off your natural hue.
Hell yes.
In the meantime, as White Base takes off, though,
a Xeon ship goes into space also.
Yeah.
And it looks good. The animation of losing the engine-y bit looks good. That's what my note says.
These three episodes, like more so the first two, they have some sick. Well, actually, all three of them do. Like the animation of like fire and missile trails and explosions look really, really good in these episodes, and not a whole other lot of stuff looks good in these episodes. We'll get there though.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, while White Base is taking off, we see Char taking off. He's stolen a Zanzibar ship.
Yes. And he will be for these entire episodes.
It's funny. He's like talking with one of his crew members, and he asks them, "Yo, was Kycelia upset when I stole this Zanzibar ship to chase White Base down because it was just conveniently parked nearby as they left?"
Oh, I don't remember that part. What?
Yeah,
he
basically says
what?
like, yeah, well, not stole, but he like wasn't allowed to take it, and he very much still did take it.
Oh my god, that's so funny. But they just kind of let him, because, like, no one stops him. Like, they know he did that.
No one can stop him.
It's true. Char is unstoppable. But, so they also, like, Char's crew talked to him about some of the more mobile suits, including the Big Row.
The Big Row mobile armor.
The Big Row!
And he also has some Richard Dominics.
They do have Richard Dominics. They turned me into a Dom, Morty. They turned me into a Dom. I'm sorry.
I can just stop recording whenever.
No!
And then there's like another untested mobile armor that they sort of offhanded mention that we don't know about.
That comes up later. But,
yeah.
White Base towards the moon. They go towards the moon, and they're spotted by the Xeon.
Yeah. It's like 20 minutes until combat. Sayla's having a normal one in these episodes. Like, every other line is like, "Where's Char? Where's my dear brother? Where's fair Prince Casval?" I don't know why she sounds like this in my head, but...
Where's Prince Casval? I mean, she's not like a princess, so, like... You associate royalty with
a fancy
British
posh
shit.
accent, yeah.
It makes sense. But yeah,
Sayla,
sense. Like, while she's in battle, because, you know, they end up in battle. They ended up in heated combat with uh, Zanzibar, and
There's a fateful attraction between the two.
yeah. But I I know at like some points like Sayla is like keeps worrying about like if she's shooting her brother, and it's like that sucks. That sucks. You have to think about that.
It's kind of funny the way she does it though, because she's in combat, and she's like, is Char in this one? Probably not. Eliminate. And she just like blows up in one hit. And the next one, she's like, is Char in this one? Probably not. Eliminate. And just like she's just every single one, she just has to convince herself that she's not going to kill her dear brother, Casval.
Yeah, it's like at first she is just frozen up, but then she's like, okay, well, I gotta keep going.
Yeah.
And he does the same thing, because he's like, she wouldn't still be in White Base, would she? Probably not. Well,
Anyway, I'm going to try and kill everyone on board with no consequence.
my sister's not there. She's too smart for that. He literally said she's too smart.
She's too intelligent. Her IQ is too high to take part in war, Morg. But yeah, the fighting's happening. It's just a lot. It's very pretty. We see the big row, which I've noticed the theme in the mobile armors in that they have hands.
Yes,
like, it's just like a
hands.
large tic tac with hands mostly.
They've got like clawy hands. Do you know what else are large Tic Tacs with hands? Minions.
Please. Yes, thank you.
It's minions. Minions
It's
are
minions.
Tic Tacs with hands. They
You
are.
know, I gotta say, my power is growing because you mentioned minions and I had absolutely nothing to do with it. That was all you.
They are. Yeah, I mean, it happens.
And that will be an indelible mark upon your soul until you die.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's fine. I'm sure
I'm
I'll mark
crackling with electricity.
I'm sure it'll happen back to you if you mention, I don't know. Fuck. I was gonna say Pokemon, and I'm like, wait, you like Pokemon.
Joke's on you, Morg. I like Pokemon.
Furries.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time until the worms dig in even further into my cerebellum.
I can't wait until you become furry. Furry Max.
Oh my god. Max become furry.
Max become furry. But, so, okay.
Yeah, fight, boom, boom, boom. Battle
looks good. Like, just watch it.
Good.
Like, I know this is a audio medium, but, like, just watch the fucking show. It looks good as hell.
If you're like most listeners to a watch-along podcast, you've either already seen the show and are not watching it with us, or you haven't seen the show and are still like listening with us. So just imagine it, or even better, just watch the dang show, because it's one of the best shows ever made. It's just good. It's like, I don't know, I feel like they saved a bit of their budget while they were on Earth, because they didn't really need to do all these sort of elaborate flying around space battles. So now that they are in space, you're like, all right, let's just blow everything up.
Yeah.
I like the it.
There's still like cool, maybe cool is not the right word. There's still like good drama shit, because like, Slugger's being an asshole, and they're like, hey, you gotta fucking fight, and he's like, no, I don't want to. Also, they're not close enough to it, or he wants White Base to aim better.
Yeah, so I didn't really know what to think of Slager at first.
Same.
I didn't. At first, I was like, "Is he like actively trying to sabotage White Base?" But no, I think he's just. I think he's just stupid.
I think he's just really dumb, and I'm actually like pretty convinced by the end of these episodes that that the Federation just gave Slager to them because he's just kind of like a nobody.
They didn't want to babysit him.
Yeah, and they're like, well, they're a decoy anyway, so like,
it's fine. We'll just dump him there with the rest of the rejects.
They'll probably all die anyway, so he'll just get caught up in it. Except they don't, because they're cool.
Yeah. See, he's not like I low-key want him to stick around.
Me
he's
too.
He's not quite a himbo, because he's not like totally pure of heart to be a himbo.
Yeah, he's like too scummy to be a himbo. Although I feel like other people have like have a different definition of himbo than we do, where like they don't need to be nice. And I'm like,
I don't know about that. No, a himbo is strong, dumb, and kind.
Yeah,
Slager
kind.
is strong, dumb, and rude.
He's rude, but sometimes it's funny.
Yeah, sometimes his rudeness sort of overlaps with what you could assume to be chivalry. that we'll see later. I don't know. I kind of like him. Maybe it's himbo solidarity.
It's, you know what? It's okay. We all have
I'm valid.
problematic faves, and Slagger can be your problematic fave.
He's not my fave. My fave has been dead for several episodes, but go
It's
off.
oh, oh, daddy.
Oh, daddy's dead. Yeah. So fighting happens. Sayla is like getting sucked back into the planet because she's, I don't know, not flying great because she's still thinking about her brother. At one point, Kai is sent out too in gun cannon, and he's like, I can't spend the rest of my life being depressed. And it's like, yeah, you know, you're in a mobile, like a mech anime when you solve your depression problems by violence and war.
Yep. And I was like, mood, and then I was like, wait, I would not be shooting people though.
Is your brain not doing so good? Why don't you just blow some people up in space, I guess? That'll be $100 for your therapy this week.
I mean, I guess that's kind of like real life. I mean, because in war you kind of have to
Excuse
like,
me?
not the stupid, not the fucking blowing people up. I meant like when you're like traumatized by war, you kind of keep going. That's all I meant. I wasn't trying to say like I'm gonna go like be a giant
Morgue
robot
is over party.
I can't believe I've been canceled. I can't believe I've been canceled. I haven't even been in a podcast for a year yet, and I've already been canceled. This is amazing.
New record.
I can't believe it. I meant war, though. I meant people in war just keep going, because otherwise they die. That's all I'm saying.
I'm merely taking a piss.
And you're succeeding. Don't piss on me. So, Char, like, knows that White Base is a decoy because he is 1,000 IQ.
He's simultaneously 1,000 IQ and so stupid because he just has the most boneheaded combat strategies.
He's so dumb. He literally, like, just wants to ram people all the time.
It's so funny. He's like, oh, we're gonna ram him. And they're like, are you sure, Char? And he's like, fuck yeah, dude, let's do it. And it doesn't work. And like, he's like, oh, part of my plan. But you know, on the inside, he's like, damn, I thought that was gonna work. It's like a stop clock is right twice a day, but for him, it's like a stop clock is right 20 times a day.
As a fellow, like, dumbass, smart person, I identify with this.
Yeah. It's good.
Can't believe I identify with the villain. Just kidding, he's not a villain.
Villain in very, very heavy air quotes.
Yeah, I know. And also, I always fucking identify with villains. That's queer culture, baby. So, okay. Sayla is still thinking about Char, even as Amuro kind of like saves her kind of by like connecting with her.
He like in order to sort of avert her trajectory, he like shoots a missile at her, like at the very like end of her to like sort of like blast her back on course. Yes. And he's like, "Oh, that worked perfectly," and I'm like, "Bro, that was not a good idea."
Yeah, I was like, "You could have killed her, dude," but all right, you know,
it worked fine.
He had to think fast, I guess, and she was okay. And yeah, they like connect together as one does, and. Yeah, she's still thinking about Char, because she's like, Char, you motherfucker, you can't waste your life taking revenge on the zombie, okay? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it.
But, you can't do it.
Why do I have this blonde scumbag in notes? Oh, that's about Slagger. Okay, I got very confused, because I was like, oh, there's like a lot of important blonde characters. I got that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Slagger. He is a scumbag.
Yeah, he's not like he's not really like doing a great job. White Base and the Zanzibar are sort of in this like chicken where they're, you know, waiting to get in range to fire at each other. And in the meantime, Amuro's fighting the Big Ro. And the Big Ro go fast. I feel like the first and most important quality of any mobile armor or suit is that it just is really fast. Because it grabs Amuro, it just yoinks Amuro, and it's going so fast that he passes out.
Yeah.
And we get the funniest shot of Amuro in the cockpit passed out, like drooling. It's just like, damn, bro, you good?
I was like, this is kind of hard to watch because, like, it's really like it's kind of like a funny face, but it's also like, Jesus Christ, this dude is not doing well.
Mm-hmm.
But he's fine. He wakes up.
He's
He's
fine.
fine.
He wakes up. He like sort of dodges out of the way while still being held by the claws, and like point blank fires the beam rifle into the big row, which blows it up.
Yeah, the dude piloting the big row is just like, that's impossible. But it's Amuro, of course it's impossible.
Of course, yeah. In the meantime, back at the Zanzibar, one of Char's subordinates, who we later learn is Dimitri, is like, "Yo, let's get their asses. We can't just retreat," because at this point, like the game of chicken has ended. They've like sort of passed each other, and Char says they're like a baby bird that wandered into our yard.
Yeah. And it's weird in the dub they change it to a rabbit, but either way, it's a small creature in our backyard. And also it's funny because like when they're doing the chicken standoff thing, um Whitebeast realizes it's Char in the Zanzibar because he's like Bright's like, damn, only Char would fight as recklessly as this.
Yeah, only Char has the big brain tactical genius to try and ram a ship with another ship.
Yeah.
We have the utmost respect for him.
It's true.
Yeah, and after the fighting, they're all back on the bridge. Sayla's still just like sad and confused about Char. And the Slager, my boy, he's like, all right, I'm gonna take a shower. Mirai, you wanna come? And she doesn't even like say that's gross or rude. She's like, no, not right now. And then he goes to Amuro, Kai, and Hayato, and he's like, you wanna take a shower? And they're all like, hell yeah. And it's like, yeah, dudes rock. Let's get it, bros.
Hell yeah. I was like, first of all, this makes me respect, like, Mirai having to deal with this bullshit is just, like, making my respect for her go up 1,000%. Because she just, like, is just, like, ignoring it. She's like, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, damn, I don't know if I could ignore this asshole.
Yeah, but he just wants to shower with the guys.
Dudes
It's
rock.
fun. Dudes rock. That's the episode.
That's the episode. Episode 32. What is it called?
It's called Breakthrough, a thing that happens when you're in therapy.
It's true.
I mean, it's not relevant to the episode name, but it's also just like it's just a fun little connection that we made at home.
Yeah. It's true. There's no therapeutic breakthrough, but there's other breakthrough. So
But yeah, breaking through armor with an explosion.
It's true. Sayla not doing hot right now.
No, absolutely not.
She is. She's physically okay, technically. Like, because they even talk about it, how like she had the physical and she was fine, but mentally she is not there. And so Bright's like, "Hey, go rest. You're fine. You should take a break maybe. Slugger can take over briefly.
Yeah.
For you."
Yeah.
And then suddenly there's just like a lone yellow, what is it? Mobile
Zacrello.
Called as
it's a mobile armor. It's Pack Attack. It's just Demon Pac-Man is what it is.
It's just a cute little Pac-Man, and they're like, okay, why is there just one armor out there? But they take care of it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's again, its biggest quality, fast.
Its best quality, its face. I love its mouth it looks so like, much.
So it looks like, God, what does it look like? It looks like a weird like Halloween decoration, like a sort of when you see stuff like spider skeletons, just like completely anatomically incorrect. It looks like that. It looks like a cybernetic insect head with just like vampire fangs. Like it has eyes in the mouth. It is literally like a head. And it has two like scyther blades on either side and like a big cannon on the bottom. It looks very, very goofy. I like this so much.
I like it so much. I was like very surprised because like even the goofier mobile suits tend to be like, I don't know, like they have like serious faces. I don't know if that's not the right word, but like this one has just like a goofy Halloween face.
It looks like it sounds like this. I'm gonna get ya, Amuro.
I'm gonna get ya. It'd be a good pumpkin carving.
It would be a good pumpkin carving, but then again, people would see it and think that's a vampire.
True. But the Zacrello is just this dude Dimitri that we mentioned last episode, who wants to take revenge because the guy in the big row, Takwan, Takwan, it doesn't matter. He's not that important, and he's dead. He just wants to take revenge because he like respected him a lot, but he gets
He
killed.
dies.
Also,
He dies.
and also, he dies to Sky Gundam, which is just Gundam with like blasters, and he has cute leggies. I like his little leggies, his little blaster
Yeah,
leggies.
it's just like the top half of Gundam.
Yeah. Oh, oh, he also calls Gundam a wannabe or a clunkard, and I'm like, wow, you're one to talk, dude. How dare
You
you?
were into cock Pac-Man. You died. You were on screen for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I wasn't sure why that he was on screen, other than I did like to see him.
They just wanted to draw the Zacrello.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him because this is a funky little dude. So back at White Base, they're chilling out again. Law. I keep on writing his down as Law because it's easier to write than Slager. Slager's being rude as always. He's like ignoring his duty on the cannons. He's sort of like making moves at Sayla. And Amuro is just like, whatever, dude, like get back to work. And Slager says to Amuro, you're a pest, you know that? And Amuro literally just says, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I know.
It's so funny.
It's real good. And he deserves to be pestered. So I think Slager leaves Sayla eventually, and she's just like lost in her thoughts again about Char, because everyone keeps talking about Char this, Char that, and
he's
now
her brother,
and she's just like, shit. He can never forgive the Zabi family. That keeps like
those damn zombies
coming up again and again. Whether
you
it's
gotta
in
get
her
the rest
head.
of them.
I think eventually, like, Sayla kind of snaps out of it and goes to talk to Amuro and be like, how can I become pilot real good, real fast?
Yeah. And Amuro's like, why do you want to do that? And Sayla says, well, I want to stand a chance against Char. And Amuro's like, no way, sister. He's too good.
He's like, dude, I'm not even sure I can fight Char. Like, if he's not just in, like, a lowly Zaku or something.
Yeah, the inner machinations of his mind are an enigma.
And then the milk falls over. But I had a hard time taking notes during a lot of the battling, because they battle again. There's another.
They battle again.
But because I kept like thinking about new types, because I was like, when will that come in? When will that come in? I want to know. They keep talking about their like health and stuff. This seems important.
We have 10 episodes left. Gizmo's going ham in the background.
I know.
But before this happened, like we get a short scene of Char contacting Dren, who's the commander of the Camel Fleet, and he says, "Yo, go get White Base. I'm gonna catch up with you." So in the meantime, he rolls up with a bunch of Musais. Everyone gets in their battle positions. Everyone's freaking out. The Camel Fleet sends out 6 Richard Dominics. It sends out Camel, which is a Musai. And it sends out Tokumel, which is also Musai. They're very silly names. I like to hear them.
I was so confused whether Camel was the pilot or the Musai. I was like...
Dren is the commander.
Okay. I was like...
Yeah, it's Tamil, Tokumel, and Swamel.
Okay.
And it's just they really like Camel, I guess.
Camel toe.
But, oh my god. Come on.
Sorry, that was so unnecessary. But like, so the Doms have skirts, but what if they had camel toes?
What if Jesus, I can't believe I'm about to say that. What if a mobile suit had like a nice bulge?
Oh shit. No, they gotta be smooth like a Ken doll.
Jesus.
But yeah, they keep calling the Doms skirts.
Yeah, so white
Because they wear
base,
skirts.
I don't know. I think it's just white base slang for the Doms because they still call them Doms on the Xeon side. I think it's a
Yeah,
similar
they do.
thing to how Xeon calls white base Trojan horse.
Yeah.
Like they don't know they're called Doms and they just see they have these like big skirts. They're like, oh, those are skirts, which is cool. Bright says skirt skirt. Um, and like everyone has a connection to the white base. Dren of all people is like, I have a faded connection to white base. And Sayla has a faded connection to Char, and Char has a faded connection to white base, and Amr has a faded connection to Gundam. It's just like enough. Is there anyone here who doesn't have a faded connection to something?
Um, yeah, Slagger.
He is a faded connection to my heart.
Damn, you right.
So yeah, they roll out. Kai and Hayato are out. They send out Slager and the G Fighter. Sayla's still being weird, but she just ignores it, and then she flies out herself.
She's fine with it because it's not the Zanzibar, so she's not going to shoot her brother.
Exactly, yeah. She's like, oh, I'm going to do killing now. Great.
Killing's fine.
Killing's fine if it's not my brother. That's a Sayla original.
Bright keeps getting mad at everyone for shooting the turrets instead of the engines.
Yeah, everyone just like jumps the gun here. Slager like just wants to shoot things and get more points, so he just flies off ahead and they have to regroup. And like no one's shooting the right parts of the ship. It's just like just a shit show.
Like, Slager, you're messing up their team coordination. But they get it eventually.
He just wants to get a good combo.
He wants points. They literally say he wants points.
You don't get as many points if you only get an assist. This Slayer wants to go for all the kills.
Yeah.
He needs to get like the cool weed skin for his jet.
God damn it. He would have a weed skin.
You would. He's the kind of guy who kills you Call of Duty with like the weed tag and then teabags you.
God.
I love him.
Uh,
They're just killing Doms.
I do love to see Gundam. H. Why did I say that? I don't know. I do love to see Gundam, though. It's true.
Me too.
I see him every episode, so I'm not sure what this means.
We see Gundam because Gundam just like straight up kicks the head off of a Dom.
Yeah. He also has a sword. Kills with a sword. Kills another thing with a javelin. It's pretty cool.
It's cool. They're just killing Doms. Like, White Base blows up the Tokumel, so only the Camel and the Swamel are left. And then Dren is just like having a totally normal one freaking out. He's like, where's Gundam? Dude, I haven't seen this damn white devil yet, and I'm so scared. And then like all of a sudden, the Swamel just like completely obliterated by Gundam. It's so cool. I mean, it's not cool because again, people die, but like it's cool that Dren is so afraid of Gundam, and then Gundam shows up and is like, what's up, ya boy? It's me, Demon. I'm gonna do kill.
I think that's why I wrote I Love Gundam, because he just appeared and kicked shit. And yeah, he like opened the one that Dren is in, and they all get sucked out into space.
That's messed up. Like,
Yeah.
they don't die in an explosion or get shot. Amuro just like pokes a hole in the bridge and he just gets like yeeted out into the vacuum of space. That's like, remember when Amuro didn't like killing? What happened to that?
PTSD.
I want to go back to the good old days.
He is dissociated.
Oh, poor boy.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the end. Like, I think they like are like, oh, we got damaged real bad. We gotta go to side 6 to.
We have yet to see a fight the White Base has been in where it hasn't just gotten absolutely obliterated.
I mean, to be fair, it is kind of where everything else is coming from.
That's true. It's like, Mirai's a good pilot, though, because she's good at dodging things, even with like the weird ship wheel she has to pilot with. But yeah, they got to go to side 6.
It's also, yeah, not as fast as Gundam, so it's like much more of a sitting duck.
Yeah.
But yeah,
they do have to go to side 6. It's neutral, which means the Antarctic Treaty prohibits warfare in its airspace.
Yep. It's the only side that's not Fed or Xeon aligned. To the extent that when they go there, they like get watched, as you will see in episode 33.
Well, hold on. Before, do you notice like the last bit of like Mirai's reaction to this?
To side 6?
Yeah.
I didn't notice, but I would understand if she was like kind of freaking out since she knows that Her fiance is there.
Yeah, she's basically like, what are the odds? Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
they go to side 6, and then she's like John Mulaney voice. Oh, this ought to be good.
yeah. And it is. It's really
It
good.
is. So, what's next episode?
Yes, episode 33, Farewell Inside 6.
Uh-huh. And we just get a short little cut in the beginning. We cut to side 1, which is now Zeon's Solomon base, which is commanded by Dozel Zabi, and he's all PO'd because Kycilia is working with Char, and he wants to get White Base himself to prove Char's incompetence.
He fucking hates Char right now. He's just like, damn, that guy
I
sucks.
mean, Char did kill his little brother, so I can understand it.
I'm kind of surprised Kycilia isn't, like, as much broken up over that.
She probably didn't like Garma.
No. Everyone
I mean, I
likes
know
Garma.
who wouldn't like Garma, but she probably didn't care for Garma.
Rip. So when they're in side 6, wait, no,
They're like flying through an asteroid field to get there.
yes, Sayla. Oh, cause yeah, Sayla and Amuro like scout ahead, kinda,
Yeah.
and Sayla's being like, "Damn, Amuro, you've been so cold to Fraubo lately," and Amuro's like, "Am I? Whoops, I didn't know that."
It's like, you know what it is? It's like the same thing in high school where your friends are trying to hint at you that someone else likes you and you just can't pick up on it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be speaking from experience or anything like
I'm
that.
Amuro in this situation, usually.
Yeah, just completely oblivious.
Mm-hmm. You, like, literally have to tell me that you like me. Unless I like you first, and I tell you, and then you're like, oh, thank God. But that's only happened once, so...
Amuro is the kind of guy, Frau Bo goes to him and she says, hey, Amuro, we have off duty soon. Do you want to just maybe hang out and you watch the stars? And Amuro says, oh, that sounds good. I'm going to go invite Slager so we can have some company.
God damn it.
It's the exact same thing. He's just so oblivious. That would be nice, though. I would like to see the three of them hang out.
Me too. That'd be very weird, but I also like it.
I just like Slager a lot. I don't know why. He's just a humble himbo. A little bit rude, though. That's okay.
It's funny how much you like Slager. I think it's very funny for some reason. I like him, but, like, I'm not like, wow, cool himbo.
You gotta remember, Morg, I dearly, truly, madly, deeply love Minions, so that just sort of throws out any, like, preconceived notion of my taste out the window.
You love Minions, you hated Kai for a while.
Yeah, but then I got better. Then I saw the truth.
Okay. So...
Asteroid Field.
While they're talking, some other people, Xeon people, are like, ah, shit, they're here, we're damaged, whatever, let's fire at them, and, yeah, they, like, shoot at there's, like, a battle with, like, a new, fun Xeon ship.
You know what the name of it is?
Brow Bro?
It's the Brow Bro.
Yeah, the Brow Bro.
I am loving these names.
I'm loving all these bros. Or I guess one is Big Grow, not Bro, but like close enough.
There's the Grab Bro, the Brow Bro, the Big Bro, the Zacrello. Just, mwah. They're all great.
What the fuck is that noise? So they win. They beat the Brow
Yeah,
Bro.
it's like an even shorter fight than the Zacrello was.
Yeah, it was.
It genuinely feels at this point they're just trying to like show off the designs for the mobile armors they've designed that they don't want to waste. They're just like, hey, check this out. Boom.
Yeah. Then, yeah, they make it back to White Base, make it to Side 6, and there's a fucking attorney that shows up at their door and is like, hey, what's you gotta tape up all your weapons.
Cameron Bloom.
His name is Cameron Bloom, and he's more important than you'd think. Because...
He's Mirai's fiancé.
Yes. They recognize each other. They're like, oh, hello.
And Mirai's, like, surprisingly happy to see him. Based on what little, like, was sort of hinted at this moment, when she was like, what are the odds? And she's like, oh yeah, I'll deal with my, arranged marriage later. She's like surprisingly like really happy to see this guy.
At least at first.
Yeah, but you know who's not happy to see this guy?
Bright?
One Bright Noah.
Bright Noah is unhappy, but doesn't say anything. That's kind of his MO for this whole situation, which is probably for the best, honestly, because the person who does say something, Slagger, does end up punching Cameron when when Cameron is too close to Mirai.
It's so funny. Cameron's like,
It's very funny.
Mirai, I still love you, blah, blah, blah. And he shows up out of nowhere, like, takes his glasses off, punches him in the face, so he flies back and hits, like, the edge of white base. And he says, respect women.
And I was like, Slagger, you don't respect women, but I appreciate the attempt.
Yeah, he doesn't practice what he preaches, but at least this is an unequivocally good thing to do.
It is.
I mean, maybe not, because it was, like, her fiance, but also he just wants to protect.
He's also kind of, like, he is our fiance, but he's kind of creeping still. Like,
kind of a weirdo, yeah.
He's getting too close to her. She obviously is not, like, happy about the way that Cameron's acting, so.
Yeah. Cameron, what a normal ass name in this show.
It's so funny. It's the most normal. Cameron Bloom is maybe the most, like, the most normal, like, American-y sounding name. Because I was like, the Japanese names are probably pretty normal, too. I wonder, like, if one of them's just, like, the equivalent of just being called, like, James. Or, like, Tom. Which just seem like very, like, normal-ass military people names. I'm very sorry to all my Jameses and Tomses.
Yeah. I can't wait for the next Gundam series to be revealed, and the main character is named Robert Johnson. Robert Johnson piloting the Richard Dominic.
Yes. And they call him Bobby.
They call him Bobby Johns.
He's
so cool. And meanwhile, Char is getting chewed out by Conscon, his superior, for just like always letting White Base get away because he can't capture his dang Trojan horse. And Char leaves, and Conscon like sort of asks to one of his soldiers why he's never taken off that dang mask. The soldier says, allegedly it's a terrible burn, but some rumors say he's quite handsome.
I was like, leave him alone.
I can't wait to see what's behind the mask.
We saw like part of it, kind of.
Yeah, we see him in like sunglasses.
With the sunglasses, yeah.
Show me this baby blues.
Yeah, I'm like, no, Char's mask is part of him. You can't take it off. How dare you? Char is like a code that he sends.
Yeah. So they mentioned that like a Rick Dom has infiltrated Side 6 Paul de Bay, which is where they're docking. But then he also tells one of his soldiers, he sends a message to Kaisili that says Pararam Zu Char. I guess that's like Xeon language, or if it's code for something, it means something, but we don't know. And Char's like, it's a secret. If you tell anyone, I'll put your fingers in a bowl of warm water while you sleep so you pee yourself.
Damn, I wish he did say that. So there's... They arrive at Side 6. There's like animals and stuff there. It's like...
It's weird. Seeing a deer in Gundam? No.
Yeah, I was like, what are these animals? This is not Earth. I don't know what's going on.
They're just shopping.
Yeah, they just go shopping.
Women be shopping.
Women and men be shopping. Because they get like food and stuff. But while they're shopping, Amuro...
God, this part made me lose my shit.
Yeah, dude. I knew this was happening from the last episode because I saw the next time on. But Amuro spots his dad.
He just like... I don't like watch the episode previews. I do like going in blind. So at this point, the camera pans over and it's just his dad just standing there looking at something in a store. And I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
He's here. He's live.
It's so funny.
He's just like at a comic book store or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, just picking up the hottest trade paperbacks, getting like the new Green Lantern issue. And Amuro, like, is a dramatic chase sequence where Amuro just runs after him. He gets on a bus. Amuro just, like, keeps on running. And it's just... God, it's so stupid.
It's so funny. Amuro gets, like, exhausted. But eventually his dad comes out of the bus. And he's like, hey,
He just says, "Oh, it's you, Amuro." Like, are you fucking kidding me? Hello? My father, who I haven't seen in weeks, that I thought was dead? What
He's
happened?
he's so unenthusiastic.
He's like, "Oh, hey, it's you, Amuro. By the way, is my true son Gundam okay?"
Yeah, he's like, is Gundam okay? Oh my god. I didn't. His dub voice is like the most deadpan thing I heard
Oh,
in this
good.
fucking show.
He lives in a junkyard morgue.
He lives in a junkyard. He's doing research. I don't know. His dad sucks because, like, first of all, I was starting to feel things because Amuro, like, there was the. Did you notice that the ending music was playing while he was running after the bus? But
Really?
yeah, it was like slightly different, but it was like the Amuro.
Oh my gosh. It's like very emotional, yeah.
And then it was like, oh, it's not emotional at all, actually. He fucking hates you.
God.
Yeah, he's like, how's Gundam doing? Fuck you, you're a soldier, act like one. Here's this antique piece of shit that'll improve Gundam. Bye.
Yeah, and Amuro's like, hey, maybe you want to visit mom? And then he's like, oh, when the war is over, we can return to Earth. Now get out. I'm very, very busy. And he just starts eating trash.
Yeah.
His dad just kicks him out after like a 2-minute reunion, and Amuro is like crying and just like yeets the chip away. I can't
Yeah!
imagine why he's so mad.
He yeets it away, and he goes back to White Base. Bright kind of scolds him for running off, but, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just sad. I'm depressed.
It's just it's sad. Anyway, so they're leaving side 7 now. In just like a very abrupt. Amuro's like, "Oh, we didn't have to leave so soon." And they're like, "Well, we got X's." They basically they can't repair White Base on side 6 because side 6, side 7, I don't know. I think I wrote down different
It's
ones.
side 6.
Yeah, they leave side 6. They can't repair it there because it's neutral territory, so repairing military hardware would like count as assisting the war. So they get taken to this dude Bergamino, who's just
Bergamino.
like this rich asshole because he owns like a repair bay outside of the side 6 air base, so they can repair it there. And they sort of imply that it's like due to Mirai's connections because of, her late father was some very, very important dude.
Oh, I thought it was also because, like, this dude knew Cameron, too.
Probably that also.
Who is also Mirai's connection, so
They're
you're
all
right.
pulling strings.
But, Bergamino is just like some war profiteer. So like they actually when Xeon like end up spotting White Base, they're like, oh hell yeah, let's blow up this dude's dock. He sucks anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they
Like,
launched 12-hole Rick Doms.
they launch 12-hole Rick Doms and lose 12-hole Rick Doms.
Yeah. Amuro just says, so anyway, I started blasting. And, like, he's counting the Doms that he kills, like, every 5 seconds.
9 of them. He
kills 9 Doms. And I think Slager takes out 3. And Cameron's freaking out because he's like, oh, yo, these cannot enter side 6 airspace. Like, if any stray beam fire, like, things are going to get bad. And then Bergamino only cares about his stupid dock.
Yeah, he just keeps whining about his dock. Even though Bright's like, dude, we're trying to get them away from your dock. Calm down. But yeah, it's a lot to see Amuro just take out 9 Doms, no problem.
He just does it.
And
it's fine.
The leader guy, who I keep forgetting the name of, is also amazed by how fast they get taken out.
Yeah, he's like, all 12 Doms were lost in 3 minutes. Oh shit, oh fuck, dude.
And it's like, now do you understand why Char is having so many problems? It's amazing he's doing as well as he is.
Now you understand. And Char finally shows up now, and he's like, okay, we all gotta stop fighting, because this will be an international incident if anything gets hit inside Side 6. And they stop, they're fine. It's good. Cameron says, like, we don't really see the resolution of it, but presumably they all stop fighting. Like, Char tells Dren to stop, or Koskan to stop.
That's his name, Koskan.
Yeah, Char tells Koskan to stop, and Cameron tells White Base to stop, and they just, like, go back to Side 6. And Cameron says that his daddy will cover up the fact that they broke all the weapon seals because, they want to avoid an international incident, as you do.
Yeah, as you do. You don't want to break a war treaty, ideally, probably. I don't know. I feel like going to war and committing war crimes is just kind of part of the show already.
Now, I ain't no big city lawyer, but I don't think we should be breaking the Antarctic Treaty, fighting outside Side 6 in some war profiteers repair bay. I'm Daniel Craig in Knives Out. This is what I sound like.
I've never seen Knives Out.
That's a good fucking movie.
I know. I don't watch a lot of movies. I like them in theory.
Me neither. And I feel like that should be a glowing recommendation because I do not watch movies, but Knives Out beat ass.
That is kind of a glowing recommendation.
I like Minions, so I have good taste objectively. Thank you.
Well, other than that part, the fact that we both that it can hold your attention for that long is impressive. So yeah, he's like, yeah, my dad will cover it. You should stay on Side 6 with me. I love you, Mirai. This is Cameron talking. This is not Morgan talking. I do love Mirai, to be honest, but
you're not a creep about it. You're not a creep like Cameron.
I don't really want to marry her. That's someone else likes her much more than me.
Yeah, and she's not too enthused to hear all this.
No,
she basically says, "Well, okay, but I don't want to be a coward piss baby like you and run away from the war. My place is on White Base because I want to fight the war and help people. And you're just a little sniveling crybaby." And this part is so fucking good, dude, because what happens? Cameron says, "I love you," and Mirai says, "Thank you, bye."
Yeah, she's like, "Thank you, next." She just like floats away. It's really
she just
great.
Dramatically floats up to the White Base. It's so funny.
It's so funny. And he's like, "I can change. Tell me what I can change." And she just doesn't say anything to him. It's
good.
It's so good.
Just get it, girl.
I was like, oh, yes, dude. Just leave that motherfucker. Now, it's like, damn, I'm taking the side of the person in war, whereas I would probably be the person who avoids the draft if possible.
Yeah, well, think of it this way. You're taking the side of the person who's brave and not the person who's a coward.
True. Me dodging the draft would be courageous. Whereas Cameron dodging it is cowardly.
He's braver than any U.S. Marine. But that's an episode, pretty much.
Yes, that is all 3 episodes. Ding dong doom. And,
Ding dong doom.
There's some fun stuff I saw in the next episode.
Oh, I haven't seen the previews. Oh, no, actually, I did see a bit of the previews. It looks like Amuro and Char are just gonna, meet because they're gonna be inside Sick where the trees fire is, so they're just gonna, get to say hi to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I live for that shit. I love it when the hero and the villain have to meet and they can't fight and they have to just, sort of act, civil towards each other.
I love it so much.
That's so good. That's so good to me.
Oh, I love it so much.
It is just, delightful.
Man.
You simply love to see it.
I love that kind of stuff. I love when the hero and villain have to team up to fight a bigger thing. I love this.
Ugh.
All kinds.
I feel like that will not happen in Gundam.
Oh no, at least not in this series. No, but I just like it in theory.
It's a good tropes.
Good tropes.
So my voice cracked a little bit. That's okay. So. I have a little mini segment tonight. I got a little bit more trivia for you.
Okay.
Receive some trivia transmissions from Gundam, I guess.
Gundam gave you... Damn, Gundam spoke to you? Oh, I'm jelly. So jealous, dude.
And I just got a little bit of trivia on some of the mobile armors we saw this week, because we saw a couple of them.
Yeah. I didn't know if you would have any, because last week it seemed like there was a little sparse. Sparse?
That's the thing. Some of these have a lot. There's quite a bit here. Some more than others. So the first one, Big Ro, the sort of claw-looking guy that we saw in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we see more Big Ros later, and they show up in other series as well. But it only has one one piece of trivia here, but Big Ro, its name is a play on the words for Big Claw. And that's more, from what I can tell, it's more romanization, because like if you would say claw, not like the original Japanese word for claw, but it'd be like kuro. So big kuro, big claw.
Oh, that's cool, actually. I was wondering what the Japanese word for claw was, but yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just that's a cute little thing. And then we got the brow bro. And this is like more a thing that we'll see in the future, but at one point, well, two things we'll see in the future, really. So a lot of these, the designation is like MA-04, MA-05, for like, I think it was like MA-05, Big Ro, and this is Carlo's MA-04, but the Brow Bro is MAN-03. And the N, as it is, MAN stands for Mobile Armor New Type.
Ooh.
So it's like sort of behind the scenes, and that's probably retconned in. I do think they like start talking about new types like near the end of this series. I hope they do, at least, because I want to know about them. But it's just like we're starting to get there. Another thing is, at one point during Mobile Suit Gundam's production, the Brow Bro was named the Gelgoog, and that doesn't mean anything now. But we'll see. The Gelgoog is like a Zeon military like mobile suit that we see later on.
Gelgoog.
They're like the cooler Zaku, but I don't think they're cooler than Zaku's. So,
they're just like built later, so they're stronger in theory, but they don't look as cool.
Yeah. So okay, the Zucrello though has quite a bit of stuff here. So in Mobile Suit Gunpla Beginners in Mobile Suit Gunpla Beginners. I can't read. In Mobile Suit Gunpla Builders Beginning G, Part C. The Zucrello is seen with an MS-06F2 Zaku 2 F2 type in its mouth in place of a scattering mega particle cannon. It's like sort of like a makeshift armor challenge thing where just imagine the Zucrello, but there's a Zaku head inside.
What?
Its mouth, which is a cute little thing.
That is cute.
Yeah. So here's a fun thing. You know the Mega Man Legends games? Mm-hmm. Like the one where you're Mega Man Volnut, and it's like the sort of 3D world you're running around. Tronbon is there. The little minion robots are there.
Yeah, I haven't played it, but I know it in theory.
Yeah. Well, in Mega Man Legends 2, Mega Man Volnut's textures, like like the bitmap of like the textures that make up his body, there's a little image of Zucrello drawn inside the texture map. It's drawn in leftover space that they didn't use for the model, but there's a little text box that says leftover space. What should I do? Why not draw something? Let me see. Yeah, here's the image.
Oh, it's like a different color.
Yeah, it's like red instead of yellow, but like it's a very cute little thing. I think because there's like a color limitation on the palette, I guess, because you can only use so many colors on textures. Mm-hmm. But, and the last thing, oh my god, no, where'd my page go? Hold on, let me pull this back up because I accidentally closed the tab. So there's this is like sort of flow into something else, but there's a series of Gundam spin-off games called Giren's Ambition.
Oh.
Giren no Yabo, and that's significant because it's a spin-off of Nobunaga's Ambition. And I don't know if you've ever played Pokemon Conquest, but that's a spin-off of Nobunaga's Ambition.
I have not played Pokemon Conquest, no.
Low-key one of the best Pokemon spin-off games by far.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good. I like tactics games like that. But yeah, it's a whole like tactics series of Gundam where it's like political and military management. You like decide what to mass produce and manufacture, and like alliances. Like it's like you can play through different timelines of like different victories and defeats and stuff. Like you can basically change the timeline by playing as Zeon instead of the Federation.
Oh shit.
It sounds pretty cool. And a cute thing for the Zucrello is, here, I'll just read it verbatim. In Mobile Suit Gundam, Giren's Ambition, Giren obviously being Giren Zabi, the current leader of Zeon. If the player chooses to mass produce the Zucrello, there's a scene depicting a large amount of them, including what appears to be 2 custom units, one of them in a light red color, and the other in a blue color with Ramba Ra's personal symbol. So it's like you can have this sort of alternate history where the Zucrello is like the main force of Zeon, I guess.
Yes.
Like, these games sound sick as hell. And one of the units you can make in that game is a Zeon Gundam, where essentially you play an alternate scenario where Xeon wins the 1 year war.
Oh, shit.
And Xeon gets all the Gundam stuff. So it's like a dark green Zaku colored Gundam that you can make.
Oh, because, yeah, they're like, oh, we got Gundam, haha.
Yeah, it's like I post with that. It's just like,
Ooh.
I love that what if stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We got a good amount of trivia today. These sound like cool games. Maybe I'll find like a way to play them. I think they're like Dreamcast. No, they're The first one came out for the Sega Saturn, and they came out for the Dreamcast and like PlayStation 2 and PlayStation Portable. So they've been around.
Yeah.
But pretty cool. I don't know. I think this is a fun piece of trivia today.
Hell yeah.
You love to hear it.
I love it. I love this little
Little Demon
Gundam.
Pac-Man.
And the Demon Pac-Man. I do love the Demon Pac-Man. I don't know if being alternate universe stuff is cool, but sometimes it ends up going into some like weird territory as like, oh, what if Nazis win the war or whatever.
Oh, well, yeah, that's we don't engage with that.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like that'll about do it for our sort of end of the episode segment. So, Morg, where can we find you on the internet?
You can find me here. That's it. No, you can find me at Haunting the Morgue on Twitter and Tumblr, but I don't use it very much. Haunting the MORG. You can also find me on my other podcast, the Sonic Shuffle, a random and holistic Sonic lore podcast, where I learn about Sonic from my friend Dan. And then I was also a guest. I was a player, I guess, on Stranger's Fiction recently. A tabletop RPG podcast with like a focus on like one shots or like shorter games. We played Vampire Block Party.
Ooh.
Which is a Honey Heist mod or Honey Heist based game. And yeah, it was fun. It was very chaotic. We got to play as vampire neighbors that had to pretend we weren't vampires.
Oh, that sounds very fun.
And we had it was 4th of July without it being called 4th of July party.
Mm-hmm. That sounds pretty sick. Stranger Fiction, pretty cool, I must say. I was on an episode of their interstitial campaign.
Hell yeah. You should go on again. It's cool. I haven't been on in a while, but I've been on other episodes of that too. Where can we find you, Max?
We can find me at MaxyBajillion on Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else pretty much. And you can also find my other podcast, Pod of Greed, the world's only Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast sponsored by Kaiba Corp, at twitter.com/podofgreedcast. That's where me and several of my friends watch Yu-Gi-Oh! We're getting close to the end of Duel Monsters. I'm very excited. We're going to go to school this fall at GX.
And I'm going to be on an episode soon.
Soon.
I don't remember when, but soon. So
a couple weeks, I think.
To Pod of Greed.
Tune in
to listen to me.
Yeah, and you can go to noisepace.xyz for all of your podcasting needs. It's an audio incubator that our good friend Matt, who is also a Nintendo GameCube, has set up for us. It's where all of our friends have their podcasts. Pod of Greed is on there. Wow, Kura will be on there in the near future. As soon as I email the Noisepace guy and transfer ownership over.
Yay!
Yeah, check it out. Podcast's good. 2020 year of the podcast, year of the MILF. We've been saying this. I realized that was an inside joke with a different group of friends, so saying this now just like
weird,
the weird ramblings of a madman.
What is
It's the year of the MILF. I'm not going to take it out. I'm keeping it in. It's the year of the MILF.
I want to know what year of the MILF means. Is it just because like Melanie is here?
That is what spurred the conversation on, yes. Because my friend just got Pokemon, like they just got Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Yes.
So one of them's playing Sword and one of them's playing Shield, and my friend who's playing Shield or who's playing Sword, I said, "Ooh, sorry, you got the inferior version because you don't have a MILF in it."
It's true.
And that's what spurred it on. Speaking of MILFs, what's your robot of the week, Morg?
It's not a MILF. I had already looked up something. I mean, I can backtrack, but
no. You good.
I kind of did it while you were talking about cool robots.
For the last hour and 14 minutes, then.
No, yeah, it took me that long. No, I meant the ending segment. But so this malfunctioning and dim-witted robot from Invader Zim called
Oh,
Gur.
God.
Uh,
Oh, jeez.
you may know Gur from such hits as the Doom song, uh, as well as just knowing his high-pitched voice and him being dressed as a dog. Because him and Zim have to disguise as normal humans and dog on Earth in order to blend in so they can take over the world and suck at it real bad.
Yeah. You might remember Gur from MySpace in 2006.
You might remember Gur from Hot Topic, probably still there actually, because I've definitely been in there like not that long ago, and I think I saw Invader Zim stuff. He's just like, I'm gonna sing the Doom song now.
Morg, I will put my head through drywall if I have to hear that damn song.
I won't sing it this time. This time.
Don't say this time. Don't
This
leave
time.
that door ajar.
This time.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Well, now I'm sufficiently tilted.
He's just a little robot helper guy with an annoying
He's
voice.
just a little baby bastard.
He's a little bastard. He's a little goofy. He's a little malfunctioning, but aren't we all?
Preach.
All right.
All right. Well, that will about do it for us this week. Morg, as we always say in the immortal words of our ancestors,
War is bad.
welcome, robot.
Okay.
That was sort of supposed to be a Gur voice. I didn't really turn out well, but that's okay. I'm valid.
You're valid.